when every day is a matter of survival. When every day is a matter of survival, I don't think you can help but be involved. An artist's duty, as far as I'm concerned, is to reflect the times. We will shape and mold this country, or it will not be molded and shaped at all anymore.
Shout out to anybody that has looked at that intro closely and realized there's a bunch of cat hair on the script that the beat is written on. Let me turn myself up a little bit. Check, check, check. That looks good. Hello, everybody. That cat who sheds his hair everywhere will probably be skittering across the screen at some point during this stream, especially because he's supposed to eat in 1 hour. Okay, thanks everybody for coming out to watch The Beat, a new episode of The Beat. We got some dropped frames. Why do we have dropped frames going on? Sorry about that, guys. Spectrum's not cooperating with me. Let me see if I can do something about that. Let's see here. Settings. Stream. You don't know until you don't know. So that's the issue with this stuff. Let's try that. Is that getting better? Slowing down? Yeah, that looks about right. Still 18% dropped frames, but it is going down. Sorry about that, guys. Okay, so hopefully you guys can hear me okay. It looks like the stream is streaming pretty strong. Okay. Thanks for joining us. This is the old note. So, for this episode, we're going to do something a little different. We're going to do a science fiction. Not that science fiction's all that different, but we're gonna do a science fiction dystopian film. Well, it's not a dystopia yet, but actually, it seems a little bit like a utopia at the beginning. This is an idea I had, or at least the universe I had a couple days ago, actually. It's based on a world that is, it's a megacity that is so large that it actually upset the climate of the city's the size of a continent, and at that scale, it like destroys the climate therein that's surrounding it. So, in order for it to have a thriving ecosystem within the city, like so they can have rain and snow and sun and all that stuff, all the good stuff, they have to have their own climate system. But what happens when that climate system goes down because they haven't been paying attention to the climate? They've only been worried about making money. Subtle, guys, right? Anyway, so what's different about this is we're not... Usually everything I write is intended to be that I can create, like on our own, run out there, grab a couple actors, and then just make it. This one is a pretty big idea. The cold open, which is what we're going to write today, is probably doable if we're very clever. But for the most part, I'm not intending on writing this. Maybe we can sell it or something, or maybe someone will like the idea so much that they give us money to make it. But for now, we're just going to have fun, not limit our creativity to what we can immediately produce. And let me pull in some music, because last time it has mostly just been me sitting in the quiet typing away. So the other day I made some music for another show, our Camera Obscura table read. Let's see, movies, live stream. There's that cat dropping hair, drinking all my water. Thanks, man. Thanks a lot, man. Table read. Here we go, music bed. Okay, this is an hour and a half. We're only going to go to... I don't know if I need it to be that loud. We're only going to go till... for about 2 hours, because in a couple of hours, at, 3 p.m. Eastern Time, we have a second show called Blah Blah Land, so we're doing 2 shows today, and going in the future, Wednesdays, maybe Saturdays, maybe both, would be our stream days. But we're still getting in the swing of things. We're still setting everything up for our shows. Okay. So if you have any ideas, please throw them in the comments. I got the chat open here. We always have a healthy discussion, but I usually do stream later because it's usually I'm the only one. The Beat is the only show on Wednesdays usually, so I'm streaming a little earlier. So I don't imagine there will be that many people in chat on a Wednesday morning, so that's okay. I still can be plenty creative. So this movie is tentatively called Sprawl. Urban sprawl, all that kind of stuff. Maybe we can work in some other spook. Let me turn so that I can hear the music too. That'd be kind of nice. I want to get in the zone. Auto zone. There we go. Okay. Spooky. My dog has she's been eating grass all day. She's got a little bit of an upset tummy. We're not sure what from. So if you hear her gurgling, that's why. I have the laundry going. I live here, guys. Super professional outfit here we got going. Okay, so let's open up the script. I was thinking last night, what would be a nice, like, character, like, entry into this world? Like, say that this was going to be either a movie or a television series. What would be a cold open into this giant, expansive world? And it's about a giant city, a city the size of a continent. And then catastrophe strikes. So what's the heart of the catastrophe? Okay. So maybe because in this universe, capitalism is the only, and greed is, and growth, manifest destiny and all, is the only thing that they care about. The city's been so large, it's destroyed the entire climate around the world because it's just gotten so massive and pollution and everything. Inside of this city, the Megacity, it's pretty nice. So if you're on this continent, it's great. But, well, it's not great, as we'll learn, but it's tolerable. And but if you go outside of the world, it's not so good. Class is towards the center of the city, where the city originally started. I want this to have a lot of Kowloon Walled City vibes, you know? Just dense, and there's different populated pockets and its own little thriving ecosystem. I don't know how much that will be covered in this one, a little bit. But towards the center of the city, that's where all the wealthy people are. When you get towards the outer skirts, the edges, it's a lot less industrialized, and it's a lot less taken care of because you're getting closer to the outside world, you know, where there's getting more exposed to the elements, as it were. Squibby better not be putting hair in my water. I'm sure he is. Oh, I gotta turn my candle on. Be right back. I can't work without my A24 Noir candle. It was a Christmas present from Reagan, our other Ripple creator. There we go. That'll get going. Hey, if you're not already, follow us on YouTube and Blue Sky, and also, of course, follow us on Twitch. We are making a bunch of resistance films based on whatever's going on in the news. Trump has signed and we'll get into this on Blah Blah Land, I'm sure, but Trump has signed a bunch of executive orders like he promised he would do. Looks like one of the first things he's going after, the first couple of things that will have an immediate effect are immigration and trans rights. So I'm sure LGBTQ plus rights will soon be on the table as well. I have an opening for a script for the immigration issue, and that one would be pretty easy to shoot, and I just got to find the people. And then the sequel to that will probably write once we start seeing what the actual impacts will be, like how Trump will be enacting these terrible legislations, executive orders. We will see, and then we'll put those in the film, and then go film the film. But for now, we're doing something a little fun. It's been a weird week. We've been off for a little bit because of fires, although we did have... I'll get going here in a second. Although we did have our table read of Camera Obscura, our big psychological thriller feature film that we want to put together. So, okay. So, we want to be at the heart of the catastrophe for the Megacity. I think we'll just call it the City of America. If we're going to be on the nose, let's be on the nose. I was thinking about putting it on a different planet, but yeah, why City of America. It sounds patriotic. As you'll learn, it isn't. I mean, it might be patriotic, but there's not a lot to be proud of, I should say. The heart of it is this climate system. The energy production and climate bureau, and that'd be kind of interesting. Okay, so what happens is the weather system takes up so much energy, and it's been operating for a couple hundred years without fail, that people have just gotten used to it. Like the government, everybody's just kind of gotten used to it, to the point where there's like one person in one office that operates the whole thing, and they're pretty not lazy about their job, but they're like, yeah, I go into work every day. I mean, nothing's changed, so it's fine. Lackadaisical. They're a little bit concerned because there's been these rolling blackouts, but as far as they know, the decade they've been at this job, the needle has always been in the red, so they just assume. I mean, it's meant to be in the red, so whatever. And maybe there's some initiatives that they say will be limiting energy usage. But the weather system takes up a whole mess of energy, like 90% of their energy. So if they actually want to run toasters or what have you, they only have 10% left. And obviously that's geared towards the center of the city where all the money is. So the energy, what do I call it? The Bureau of Energy and Weather, BEW, the Bureau of Investigations. That's kind of interesting. Bureau of Energy and Weather. The Weather Energy Bureau. That's kind of cool. The web. That is interesting because it's connected to everything, so that's kind of fun. The Weather and Energy Bureau. I like that. Okay. Web. That's underground, so it's kind of like the root system. If the city is the leaves and the branches and everything, this is the root system. I guess maybe there's some tree analogy, symbolism, visualization, something like that. That'd be nice. Like maybe the emblem of the city is the tree, the center, the trunk being essentially Washington in the center of the city, and everything going towards the edge is the leaves, and the roots are the web. That's kind of cool. So it starts off with the woman who is in charge of the web. And maybe there's bureaucracy there, and maybe she's not in charge of it, but she's in charge of monitoring the scales, the gauges, to make sure everything's running smoothly, and has been running smoothly forever. Okay. That's been getting worse and worse incrementally. But there's these rolling blackouts, which are a little concerning. Okay. So the way to do this would be kind of interesting. Maybe there's is it too cliche for a science fiction to start off on a bonsai tree? Could be. Could very well be. If we want to go with tree symbolism, it would be kind of nice. Maybe okay. Interior. Oh, what's her name gonna be? I was thinking last night it'd be fun to, yeah, I have a bunch of actor friends, obviously, and one of whom would be really fun as that's kind of how I write a lot of the characters is whose personality would be fun in this part, even if I don't end up casting that person. A lot of times the people I write are inspired by people that aren't actors, so oh, but the problem with that is her name is Jessica, and that's not a very interesting name for a science fiction movie. Let me go to the DVD shelf. Okay. What do we got? Let's do... Let's do Looper. What names do we have on the back of Looper? Emily, also not very interesting. I forgot Paul Dano was in this. Sharon? When I think of Sharon, that didn't feel good. Eleanor. Julian. Not feeling any of those. Maybe it's in the future. Maybe it's a non-gender, non-binary type of name. Plus, then I can cast anybody. Let me look up. Sorry, I just got an email from a potential job. Let me look up. For some reason, I met someone. I think I met someone, or it was I heard their name. Yeah. I like that. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. Their name is Shannon. Dusk? Dawn. That's the first one. Dusk till dawn. Yeah. Yeah, because dusk. Yeah. Okay, perfect. I get those confused. I also get my lefts and rights confused. Okay. Is the music loud enough for you guys? I don't want it to bleed through my microphones. Okay. Turned it up a little bit. She might actually be... Okay. She might actually be... She's an important part of the system, so she might actually be given... So what I'm thinking is, it's kind of like a dictatorship where every home is given a photo of the great leader, except in this case it's the great tree that represents the city. Now she might actually, because she's a little higher up in the system, yeah, take the dog out. She might actually be given a bonsai tree, so it might actually make sense. I'll have to bring her back in. Okay, so let's do that. We want to do a dead one? She's chasing squirrels. Or of course, if there's a photo, she was probably given a photo as well. Yeah, let's do a photo, because then that sets the tone for what everybody's given. Beautiful. Sprawling. Tree. Sits modern. Monochrome is the word. Chromatic wall. Inscription on the frame reads, live together, breathe together. Something like that. It's poetic. Let me bold that. My bold button. Bold. Thank you. Okay, exterior. Exterior. Shannon's balcony. Shannon sits in a concrete chair high above the street. Overlooking City of America. Bold. Italicize? I don't know what the difference is. Okay. As she sips on her coffee. Maybe she wouldn't be in the center. That's reserved for, like, government, like, royalty. Overlooking. She's off to the side. She's not. She's middle class, is what she is. She sips on her coffee. Shannon rolls her eyes. Oh no! My keyboard. My keyboard died. I gotta replace the batteries. This is terrible timing. Alright. I have the keyboard batteries there. I believe it's AA. I used to have a solar-powered battery, which was phenomenal, or keyboard, which was phenomenal. I think one of my dogs dropped it. AAA. These lasted for a long time for being AAA. And it's dented. I wonder, geez, that's dangerous. Right, get out of here. HEB batteries. Man. Which way does it go? Should pay attention. Okay. See if that works. I need to clean this keyboard. That works! Alright. He's in the trash. No, not right now. ADHD, guys. Come on. Okay, here we go. Ready. Jane rolls her eyes. Interior. Cannons. Living room. Gone. Actually, maybe it's morning now. Shannon is tuned into the news while her daughter, introducing a new character, watches intently watches alongside. What's the daughter's name? You were no help, Looper. Alright. That's a different one. Do Blade Runner 2049. Sylvia's kinda nice. Kinsey, that's two. It's two, like, little girls sounding. Oh, Hampton? That's kind of a fun name. Maybe Cynthia. Renee? Renee's kind of nice. Hey, if you want to send us some money, there's links in the thing. I'll name it after you. That'd be nice. Okay. Robin. Robin Wright. Named after Robin Wright. Robin. Newscaster. Oh, Phoebe wants back in. This is what it's like in the morning, guys. I only have 2 hours to write this, for crying out loud. Only an hour and a half now. But, okay. Newscaster. Let's say continuing coverage of, what do they say on snow days? Let's just start. This is our continuing coverage of this morning's rolling blackouts. Okay, so a city this size would have different neighborhoods for sure. Maybe zones, maybe quadrants. Quadrants, and that's more like states. Zone is okay. Further notice. Following municipal are closed. Schools and municipalities are closed. Maybe they have their own things. That's kind of fun. That's how it would be in real life, right? The neighborhoods would have their own quarters. sections and names. Okay, let's name them after schools I went to. Norwood. Norwood. Schools and municipalities of the... I need something that doesn't sound like the center. It sounds like center off, the center, you know, middle class zone. Tier. That's kind of fun. Tier. Let's say 14. Maybe there's 50 tiers. 50 states, 50 tiers. Maybe there's something there. Oh, but she should be a little tier. Let's do tier 6. Norwood block. The Kingston block. Kingston, because there's a Kingston SD card right here. Clever. Let's say Robin. Is excited to closes her eyes and crosses her fingers. Let's say maybe there's a international sounding one. What's a good African sounding name? Elon. No. Starting with N. That's kind of fun. Yako. That's an African name. It sounds like it could be Eastern. So that's cool. Oh. Block. And let's say she lives in the... What's a blue-collar worker sounding name? I wonder if she's named after the former the Michigan one. Things could be worse. Shannon. Out. I guess it's bring your kid to work day. And we got 4 pizza. Okay, that's kind of fun. Interior. Elevator. So I thought it'd be kind of fun if this is the apartment complex that they live in is the complex that all of the workers of the underground work in. It's blue collar. They don't hate their workers. They know how important they are. So it's not terrible. It's gonna get bad, but for now, it's not that bad. Interior elevator. Robin. Oh, no. Warning. Robin. No, this is cuter. Her face against the window of the elevator. I guess we should describe the city here. Size, jeez Louise. Okay, this is kind of fun. Exterior, underground cafe. Morning. Alright, now we're underground. There's no more daylight. So, I remember years ago hearing about in the north, and also this is in Washington as well, in DC, I believe. They have these underground tunnels because of weather, or because of maybe there's like a terrorist attack or something. We have to go underground. So there's these tunnels, but inside of those tunnels, because this is America, they still have like, well, especially in a regular city where it might just be snowy. These tunnels also have like a little Burger King and little shops and stuff, so that you can still spend all your money without having to be exposed to the elements. So it's kind of a fun idea of like a regular city still existing. Shannon. Coffee. I mean, if you've ever been to a Subway, they got little shops and stalls and kiosks or like trains and stuff. Actual trains. Robin. How's the stream going? You're still healthy? Stairs at our mom's badge. The badge reads Shannon. Oh, her last name probably needs to be in it. Anderson. No, that's too much like the Matrix. Okay. We'll just say Scott after Ridley Scott. Why not? These things can change. That's fine. Bad reach. Shannon Scott. Weather and what do I call it? Web. Weather and electricity. I don't know how to spell anything. The word bureau. B-E-A-U-R-E. No, thank you. Bureau, thank you. That doesn't look right. Probably is. Electricity, thank you. Okay. Web for short. Shannon Scott. Weather and Electricity Bureau. Maybe this should read differently. Maybe I can do that. That reads weather. This is I don't know the best way to do this. Format wise. Shannon Scott, Weather and Electricity Bureau. She's overseeing the gauges, so she's like the monitor. She has access to she's really high in the organization, but they don't really care that much. We'll just say systems monitor. Hey Phoebe, you don't have to be chewing on yourself that much. Okay. Systems monitor. Let's definitely bold. There we go. And then interior. Everything's interior from here on out. Web office. Monitor. protruding from the top. Okay, so we got weather, we got the grid, and we got... Well, okay, so how do we break up the grid? Weather, that's bigger. Grid, and then maybe one more thing. But the grid is a lot. The grid is a big picture, so... The infrastructure, maybe? The grid is... Oh, okay, maybe it's weather, grid, and how much is being generated. That's kind of interesting. As far as to, the red is for grid. we have red, green, yellow. That's stoplights. I don't like that. Let's say it's blue. Weather, sky, you know. Sorry, that buzzing, that's my dryer. And wheels Robin over to the big board. Hopefully, because this is a the government is controlling the weather. This, like, there aren't a bunch of conspiratorial folk that watch this film, but maybe it'll introduce them to the fact that corruption and capitalism takes over when it comes to climate change. Maybe. Okay. What were the neighborhoods? Norwood Block. Hey, Gamer J, hey! Thought of an idea, may do. They say, thinking of making illustrated designs with helpful info to freely distribute in little free libraries, etc. Can we brainstorm what would be good ideas and helpful information to spread? I'm thinking of doing an intro to mutual aid, or how to contact your reps, what to do when encountering ICE, the basics of resistance or non-compliance. I love that idea. Especially if you make it not like super cartoony, but like it's also you don't want to bum people out when they're opening it up, you know. Like, I love that idea though. What to do. I saw information that was like what to do if ICE comes to your door. Make sure you see the warrant, have it signed. Don't say anything until your lawyer's present, all that kind of stuff. So, but having an actual illustration. The reason we make these films is because visuals. We're such a visual species, so that would actually be really, really cool. And yeah, there's enough little libraries out there that would be, at least around here, I know, um, that would be interesting. I love that idea, for sure. How to contact your congressman, that'd be really interesting, for sure. Especially if it's localized, you know? Those could be put across the entire country, but the local reps, that'd be, um, yeah, that's interesting. That's really cool. So all these buttons control where the weather goes. So all of those neighborhoods. So the north would block that blackout. Scheduled to away. Yes. Gamer J says another good thing would be the importance of community. I mean, yeah, that's one of the reasons we're doing this on Twitch interactively is to build our community, to build our resistance community. We don't. I've thought about this. Actually, I thought about this a lot, but just yesterday there was a post in the Denton group saying that I'm part of, saying maybe it wasn't the Denton group, maybe it was just like a North Texas group, but it was like, hey, we're a non-religious church for women specifically, but we gather for people that have either left the church or were never in the church, but to support each other and do churchy things, like help out with charity or like have a place of community, because people have friends and they have that kind of community, but for people that exist outside of the traditional systems, we don't really have all that much. Like, I've thought about this a lot, is why don't non-religious organizations do a lot more charity stuff? It is, as much as I don't agree with a lot of what happens in the church, they are the ones that are always doing, like, Habitat for Humanity, or, oh god, Steve, excuse me, or, a lot of charity work. There should be something that, this is a tangent, of course. There should be something that is non-religious affiliated, or like Alcoholics Anonymous. That's all religious affiliated. There should be. We're a communal species, so we need places to gather. We used to have that too back in the day. That's what the Moose Lodge and the Elks Clubs and all that kind of stuff. Now those were clubs, and there was a lot of patriarchy involved in those. But they were still building. They had all these buildings in Michigan, where I used to live. There's a beautiful 3-story huge building for the Elks. It was the Elks Lodge, But it was it was for the whole community. They had a bowling alley, they had a bar, I mean, it still exists. They had a kitchen, they had these meeting rooms, they had this ballroom, they had 2 stages, just really, really cool place. And it was just like people would gather there every single week, even if you weren't part of the Elks. You would just gather and sit there and commune. It was great. We don't have those kinds of spaces anymore. Certainly not on a community wide basis. Like we might go out with friends or something if you have friends, but not all of us do. Only if all of your homework. Okay, so we're here in this script. We're only 3 minutes into it. I know this is going to be a cold open. We're only 3 minutes into it, but the way I want this to evolve is something happens, like the monitoring system, the glass tubes that haven't been touched for 300 years. There's been all these rolling blackouts, and the weather system is taking up all of the energy. What happens when the weather system breaks? So the tube that is monitoring the weather, it's based on pressure. The tube shatters, meaning the pressure is too high, the weather system breaks, and which means the electric grid goes down. Maybe the electric grid doesn't go down, because then maybe it is just the weather system. Either way, the weather system goes down. I like the electric grid goes down too. Throws everything into flux. And then she turns around and her daughter's gone. And they're deep underground, like a mile underground. It's pitch black. Maybe there's some emergency lights on or something. She grabs a flashlight. She turns around. Her daughter's missing. And then, unbeknownst to her, there's a, like maybe down the hall or something, there's some graffiti on the wall or something scratched into the wall that says "Stop the Sprawl" or something that insinuates there's this renegade group of people that have sabotaged the web station here because they don't like, because of capitalism. They're protesting capitalism, essentially. And then cut to black, cold open, cut to credits, something like that. But we're only 3 minutes into this, so we need something to happen in between then the end, and we need like one little scene. Maybe pizza shows up. Interior web monitoring system after Robin has two pizza crusts sitting next to her as she does her homework. you help me? Ramen. Do you remember? Okay, so this will be some lore. The homework question is something about the origins of this city. Maybe there's like a... how... city is... Shannon. I'm in caps lock. Why did I have to write myself into a corner where I have to come up with a rhyme that explains the history of this town, of this city? Oy. Okay. I don't want to be too obvious by like having it be, say, like President Trump. Founders. Our founders. No. No. No, none of that. Just have it skip down. Our Founder Day celebrates the way. Hampton. Sounds like a nice old-timey name. Hampton. Hampton Wells. That sounds like an old-fashioned, almost biblical-sounding constitutional founder's name. Founder Day, Hampton Wells. Say. Our Founders Day celebrates the way. Hampton Wells. rhymes for day. Because I'm lazy, and because we only have 40 minutes left before I gotta I'm done here. Away, gray, stay, slay, nay, obey. Slay, ballet, replay. Let's turn the music up a little. Clay. Maybe saved us from decay. Let's italicize this. Robin says, in 2045. Maybe it should be 2040, 2045. In 2045. Dialogue. Why does it keep doing this to me? We're still alive. I really shouldn't have done this to me, to myself. But I mean, it's an efficient way, other than her just being like, "Do you know how we started? Let me tell you." You know, it's a little less trite than and a little less exposition-y. Rhyming words for alive, thrive. Okay, then this last one will be. Let me ask. How wide is the United States? 2,800 miles. Let's say if climate change were to happen, how many of those miles would be knocked off? The glaciers all melt. How much land would we lose in the US? Florida and the Gulf Coast. California would be gone. Okay, well, it's not telling me. So, let's just say it was 12. It's 2,800 miles now. Let's say we lose 400 miles on each side. So, from the middle of the state. Let's do rhyming words with state. Robin. 1,000 miles. Let's say 2,000. Gate to gate. I like that because then that insinuates maybe there's some border issues or there's a gate at borders. Okay, so in the middle of this song, how's about while Shannon is distracted, big this is all exciting. I'm so focused now. I'm in the zone, but we only have half an hour left. Oh, Gamer J, if you're still there, you know what would also be interesting is just to have all that helpful information, but also it is a Zine, so like why not have like a fun little game, like a word game in there or something, just something to play with, to have a little bit of extra little something there, maybe for the kids. Source of illumination. Why is the music so quiet? Is it over? Oh, it's probably because it's over. It's been an hour and a half. Yeah. All right. Well, I'm almost done here anyway. I'm going to restart. I'm almost done. Okay. Only source of illumination. Her daughter is nowhere to be found. That's not how you spell nowhere. Shannon walks into the hallway. Notices, let's say, hundreds of pieces of paper on the floor. And then it says, stop the sprawl. That's the end. Wow. 6 minutes, not too bad. Nice little intro. Be a good cold open to a movie. That's kind of cool. Let's fix up the title page, and then we're kind of almost done. Thriller. Dystopian thriller. I actually always... My favorite like apocalypse films are the ones that show the thing happening in the moment, you know, and then showing the resources that come together, like all the stuff of the world, all the stuff of the world falling apart and trying to survive. That's the kind of stuff that I really like. The very first episode of The Walking Dead, when he wakes up. I guess it's 28 days later. Whenever the Walking Dead sequel, or the spin-off, the first spin-off, whatever it was called, it started on the day of, again, the day of the breakout. I love that kind of stuff. Alright, well, these dogs have been very patient, so I'm going to end it here a little early. We still have 15 minutes, but I don't think you'll mind. Especially because these dogs are getting annoying. So, thanks everybody for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe, blah, 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 blah. You know how it works. I will be feeding these dogs. If you like this movie, give it a thumbs up. Maybe we can actually make it sometime. We make new movies every week here. At least the scripts for it. And then about once a month we're making new actual films. Nice resistance films. Based on what's going on in the world. So follow us on YouTube, on Twitch, of course, especially. We're here every Wednesday, sometimes Saturday, sometimes every once in a while. I will be back in just over an hour with Blah Blah Land, where the three of us Ripple creators talk about the things that are bothering us or just going on in our lives, politics or otherwise. So, thanks guys. This is on, this will also be on, the VOD will be on YouTube. I upload all the VODs on YouTube, so, yeah. Subscribe and comment on there. Bye.
When every day is a matter of survival, I don't think you can help but be involved. An artist's duty, as far as I'm concerned, is to reflect the times.
It's political in the most profound sense, not as a weapon in the struggle, but as an instrument of understanding of the futility of struggle.
We will shape and mold this country, or it will not be molded and shaped at all anymore.